सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करमावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Verses 11 to 19 is explaining the deluded and the wise. What the deluded do and what the wise do. Verse 11 and 12 he explained how this deluded people function. The deluded people do not understand God, as a result of which they don't have any desire to know God, to reach God. Therefore, they don't put in any effort. Because you have to pursue anything in life, first requirement is you should know what is it. You should know what is a goal. And then you have to desire what is the advantage of what is that you really gain in achieving that goal. Only then you would start striving towards it. If you do not understand, you can never do this. So any pursuit starts with knowing. You know something, and then you start understanding the value of that. More and more you understand the value of it, more and more you will develop a desire for it. Isn't it? Now you need to understand there is a thing called honesty, and then you have to understand more and more what is the value of honesty. When you understand the value of honesty, you start seeing the benefits of that practice. Then you would strive to live a life of honesty. First, you understand the value of money. You know something called money. And then you believe what? Once money is there, everything is settled. Isn't it? That's what we all think. And believe me, it has got nothing to do with the quantum. Not a particular quantum. But one thing is for sure, everyone has a quantum. Everyone believes it. What I cannot. What every parent thinks. The child is asking for your emotion. You cannot give it because you don't have it. What do you have with you? Wealth. So what do you do? Give that. Believing what? And when I'm giving that, it is far greater than giving emotion. Isn't it? So interesting to see world. The child is not interested in your Purni's classmate. The father bought an iPhone. You know for what? For the dog. Girl's father bought iPhone 11 for The dog. I'm not giving a name. So interesting to see. The dog understand. First of all, a child himself will not understand. Now, what is iPhone 11? What does a child know? Huh? The child will understand far better. Take him for Pani Puri shop. That he will understand. They are going to understand it. But we believe what? I'm not saying, okay, now go to Pani Puri shop. Okay. What he is asking, what is lacking, you try to cover up with something. That is what is known as understanding the value of it. Deluded people do not understand the value of God, value of realization. You don't understand the value of what it is to realize. Since you don't understand the value of it, what do you genuinely think? What I have to give, what I have to share is what? Buy gadgets and give. It depends on quantum, that's about it. That fellow had iPhone 11, he got iPhone 11. In your life, what in your stage, what you will say? Some of may say, sir, we can't buy iPhone 11 and all that. So what you will buy? You will buy one toy with 500 rupees. If you can buy 50,000 rupees, you can buy 500 rupees. That's the difference. It's only extra zeros. But undercurrent is the same thing. What is it? You pursue only what you have understood as important, valuable. If you do not understand the value of it, you cannot pursue it. The deluded people, mohajnana, vain knowledge, vain hopes, vain knowledge, senseless people. What are they? They don't understand what is the value of realization. And we can't say, okay, sir, first teach us the value of realization. Value of realization means what? You understand the value of money means what? First of all, I'm not sure whether you have understood value of money, first of all. That itself, I don't know. I have my doubts. See, money, the average if you take, how many years it takes for a child to understand the value of money? You, time, I'm asking you time. Time means what? What age? Average. At what age a person understands the value of money? Is there anyone in Zoom? Zoom also can answer.
Start earning to realize that.
Have you? At what age? That is what I'm asking you. What age? At what age a person starts earning? 5, 3, 10, 15, average 22. He starts earning. I suppose all of you have crossed 22 and 22. Right? Not so far, I suppose. Suresh can say, I forgot. Okay. When you were 21, 22, as your father told you, now you are responsible with money. Sonara. He himself was not. I know his dad. Right? See, average, a person to understand value of money takes about 22 years. Right? According to you people, not according to me. According to you. Minimum. Okay? I ask you the next question. What age you understand the value of time? First question. What age you understand the value of money? I'm not talking about God, Brahman, Atman, self-realization, nothing of that sort. What you transact with? You transact with on a daily basis with these two things, time and money. For you to understand, according to you, 22 years of training is needed for you to understand the value of money. How many years it takes for you to understand the value of time? At what age you understand? Average human. Right? Can anyone answer that question? I'm not asking your age. Lifelong. How long that is? Mosquito life, huh? I'm not going to answer, okay? I'm not answering. I got bored answering. So let me share questions and leave. How long it takes? See, when it comes to wealth, at least you are able to give some definitive answer, isn't it? When it comes to something which, according to you, definitely you will say that time is very important. It is so valuable, so precious. Right? Are you able to give? No. Now I'll ask you third question. What is the meaning of understanding the value of money? When you answered that question, for the first question and the second question also, second question you are not able to give a definitive answer. And for the first question you gave some definitive answer. Whether I just take it on face value, I'm not going to be analyzing that. I say, okay, which means at the age of 22. So till 22, he is not going to understand anything about wealth. I'm assuming that, okay? Next question of mine is, how do you know whether a person has understood the value of money? How do you know what is the test? What is the criteria you have to decide this person has understood the value of money? This means he has understood the value of time. What is it, according to you? When do you think a person has understood the value of money?
Spend it wisely. This thing.
If you don't spend,
What it gives.
yeah, that fellow understands that at the age of 15 itself, no. What it gives. So what is what is the worth of iPhone? He understands, 16-year-old understands. But you don't call that person has understood the value of money.
When you realize money will not give everything, there's something more than that, then you realize the value of it. There are some things that you give, but there's a limit.
Is there any connection to this with your answer, 22? This is called thinking.
Kind of, because
22-year-old has understood that money cannot give you anything.
that is the minimum time itself. Not that the minute you start earning, you will understand. But
So
there's
which
a
means
chance of
your answer is,
We
so your first answer is also not a definitive answer.
Correct.
First answer is also not sure. Not sure means what? It is not possible because you are not able to give a single case. At least you must have, arrogantly you must have the courage to say that I am the example. At least your ego should say that. If I were there, I will say that. If I were to be sitting as a student, I will say, I am the example man. Or I have understood the value of money at the age of 3. Now you prove I have not. That's your problem. The ego. But the moment we ask, you see that how complex, which we transact on a daily basis, there is no clarity we have. Now here Krishna is talking about Brahma Vidya. Chapter 9, title enna? Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. This is royal secret. What is royal secret? At what age you will understand the value of money itself is a secret to you. There's no clarity, you see. It's not, you don't know. Far more complex is another one, which you believe is far more important than wealth, money, is time. Have you understood the value of time? That's why that's why the whole world is in a chaotic state. The tragedy is you don't even recognize the chaos. That is not tragedy. That is called delusion. Confusion is what you are right now. It's about 15 minutes back. There is no confusion with reference to money. Of course, sir, we all understand the value of money. Very important. Why? Because when a child is asking for this, I give this money. I buy a gadget and give. I buy a gift and give. And you think what? They are going to understand your love. Why? Because I have given my money to you. That's what we do, parents. So interesting to see. This is a classic case. He wants to show how affectionate he is towards the dog. And it is that, the daughters is so fond of the dog. This guy bought iPhone 11 on dog's birthday, a gift to the dog's birthday. They'll hold a party also. And they'll say the invitation, you also attend. People go and attend that party also. They took their dogs, I don't know. So interesting to see that fellow. Yeah. Identify with the dog. Because we believe, I have understood the value of money, only the child has not understood the value of money. Right? Adhaan mohitaha is. Mohanya is, what is it? Confusion. Total chaos. Don't know. Senseless fellows. Asura. Rakshasas. Asuras and Rakshasas. Okay, let's hear something good. It's really bad. Stay more, more probable. Reflection means this is how you think. We say, keep thinking, keep thinking. How do you think? You don't have to have a standard answer. Not that you have to, everyone has to come to a same understanding. It's not necessary. But somewhere down the line, you have to ask this question. Because you're giving something to another person with the belief what? What you are giving is something valuable, correct? According to you or according to them? Think carefully. You give something valuable according to you or according to them? When you do charity, do you do that according to your value or according to their value? Do you do that? When you give, do you give according to your status or you give according to the person who is asking his status?
According to the other party.
Huh? To your status or his status? Now, giving should be done from your status or his status? Huh? The roadside fellow comes and asks begging, no, how much you give? Huh? 2,000 rupee note you give. Can't you just give 2,000 rupees? Huh? But do you give? I'm not asking you to give, okay? Has it ever occurred to you why I am not giving so much? You search for coins, you see? By the time you search for coins, signal changed. As a fellow from behind honks. Sorry, you go. Isn't it? But the same fellow, he goes to a restaurant, a fine dine restaurant. You eat for 2,000 rupees. Think how much you give. Percentage, isn't it? It's according to percentage. There, Vidyarthi Bhavan, SLV. Sometimes they think you go only there. SLV, how much you give? Percentage wise or standard 10 rupees? Standard 10 rupees. You go into a 5-star hotel, check in. When you are checking in, that bellboy comes, He comes, he just brings the luggage and keeps and goes. He's not arranging anything. right? What do you have to do? You have to tip him. How much you give? 10 rupees. You see that? Now, you give according to your status means you are the same person. No. You are the same person who went to Vidyarthi. You are the same person who went to the 5-star hotel also, and you are the same person who is standing in the signal. Your status did not change, but your giving varies according to. So if you have to beg, how you should go? Huh? With the full sophistication, if you go, you will get better. So interesting to see people in all aspects. I can go on and on and on in terms of every dimension of life. And you think, that's the best part. You're living life very comfortably. Right? No, doing no. Ask me, I'll also say, "Yeah, correct. I will go. What is my problem?" Moha, vain, he says, all useless. Vain hopes, vain actions, vain knowledge. Since all this knowledge is not there, keep this in the background, okay? It is so important. Subsequently, it will be useful when you want to understand the devotees. Now he is talking about non-devotees. Next, he will talk about the devotees, bhakta. Now he is talking about abhakta, 11 and 12. 13, 14, 15, you will see he is talking about bhakta and bhakti. Right? Non-seekers and seekers. Verse 13. But Mahatmas, great souls, like all of us. Right? But Mahatmas, he has put within brackets, great souls. Put one more within bracket. All of us. O Partha, possessed of my divine nature, worship me with unwavering mind. Having known me to be the imperishable source of beings. Now he is distinguishing the two, but is that he is differentiating from the previous category, the Rakshasas and Asuras category, one side. On the other side, he is putting a Mahatma category, his great souls. That's why this, Gandhi's autobiography, I like. My experiments with truth. Good, very good title. Generally, he tried so many things. That's why he is Mahatma. Such an important personality. Explicitly stating certain facts of his life, certain dimensions of life, inadequacies and all that. These are commendable. Everyone can't say that. That's why he is Mahatma. Great soul. He stops 37. After that, he says, because there's nothing. After 37, my life is open book, he says. Then the book closes with 37, 1937. Mahatmas, great souls, who are the possessed of my divine nature. Daiveen Prakriti Marshada. Prakriti Marshada is one who is possessed of divine nature. Divine nature in the sense not of the self, remember here. The divine qualities. It's not that you are possessed of it. Then he is talking about a Brahmajnani. Then. Divine nature, if you take Brahman, that's why the divine nature is not in capital B. That's how it distinguishes. In the translation, if you see, divine nature, the D is not in capital. D is in small letters. Divine. So here, divine means what? The relative. The relative divineness is what? The qualities. So those who are possessed, those who have the divine nature, what are the divine qualities? Sattvic qualities, all the sattvic qualities. Because in the previous verse, he has referred those two fellows, Rajas and Tamas. So, apart from Rajas and Tamas, what is there? Sattva. So, those who have that sattvic qualities, what they do? They pursue me. They worship me. Worship, bhajan. Bhaja has two meanings. We have seen that in the Jagovita. Bhaja means two things. One meaning of bhaja is worship. Another meaning of bhaja is seeking. So, those who worship me means those who seek me. Understood that is. With unwavering mind. Ananya manasa means how they pursue. So, who are they? First, he gives divine qualities. What are the divine qualities? We have our own freedom to add. All that we consider to be divine qualities, you can add. Shama, Dhamma, Parati, etc. All that. Titiksha. These are all divine qualities. Otherwise, self-control. This. The divine nature of mind, worship me with unwavering mind. There is no deviation. One straight line. That is why this student prays to the sun god. In the Gayatri Mantra. You pray to the sun god. Let my intellect be as effulgent, as grateful, as straight as the sun rays. That's what he is worshipping. That's what this Gayatri Mantra is. Unwavering mind, no deviations, straight, whatever can happen. He is fixed with his agenda. A classic example they give in the Shastras is Dhruva. It's a classic example of that. This boy is, he's the son of the first wife. The first wife passed away. So the king married the second wife. The second wife also had a child. Now, the second wife was not happy with the first child. So she never allows him to come anywhere near. He is chasing him away. In fact, the first wife is not passed away. Aside this is for all practice purpose, he has shunned her and he has taken another wife. And this king is so attached to the second wife. So the second wife is treated as though she is the queen. The first wife is, slowly sidelined, powerless. So one day this boy goes to sit on the lap of his father. The second wife chases him out. He says, "Get lost." So this boy cries and goes to his mother. The mother says, "Why you have to be worried about, sitting on the lap of this fellow? You should aspire to sit in the lap of Lord Vishnu, who is the king of the universe. Why do you have to sit on this fellow? That's just chota fellow piece. Aspire that." And he doesn't know how to worship. He goes in the forest. He said, "What I should do for that?" The mother said, "You have to do tapas." But this child doesn't know what is the meaning of tapas, how to do that, nothing he knows. Simply this fellow goes into the jungle. All that he knows is, if you have to do tapas, you have to go to jungle. Right? A child of 3 years goes to the jungle to do tapas. And he goes. The sage Narada takes pity on the child and he comes to instruct. We say Narada's students are all extraordinary. All the students. Valmiki, Prahalada, Dhruva, will not teach the local fellows. See, he teaches only all this. Super souls only. Mahatmas. Mahatmas there. So he taught him how you have to pray. And he instructs Dhruva, look here, this fellow is known to play so much of drama. Okay. Never believe him. And not only that fellow, there's another fellow called Indra. Right? Anyone who aspires all these things, he will try all sorts of things. So you have to escape from the maya of magical spell of Indra and other, and then you have to come cross that, and finally even this fellow will try all that. So don't fall for all this. And the child does tapas, but to read that portion. Extraordinary, so inspiring. And finally, Chaturbuja Vishnu appears. This guy has closed his eyes and he is meditating. And Vishnu has appeared. And as usual, Vishnu says, "Dhruva, my dear, I'm here. Open your eyes and ask whatever boon you want." And he is not opening his eyes. Yes, no, I'm not going to open my eyes. Why? The Guru told me, you open your eyes, you will lose the whole thing. So, if you want to show me that darshan of yours to me, come inside me. Look at that. They're all following. And the following, she says, "Yes, I'm following." What are you following? Don't follow what Dhruva said now. Who was doing tapas? Dhruva. To Vishnu, right? He wants to see you, okay? And ask him some book. That's why he's sitting there. Otherwise, why he's sitting? Now Vishnu appears. What this fellow says? If you want to show yourself to me, come inside me. I will not open my eyes. But that turns the table round. This fellow. As though Vishnu wants to show now. Hey, please, man, I have come. Please, 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 like, open your eyes, open your eyes. He's begging now. Dhruva started begging actually. Now Vishnu is begging me. And Vishnu says, what? Okay, okay, I'll come inside. Give me space. Then he comes inside. That is called Ananya Manasa. Unwavering. Vishnu himself can come. Krishna can call you for meeting. You say what? After the class. That's Ananya Manasa. Who has called you for meeting? Krishna's meeting, sir. Not our local Krishna. The Ananya Manasa. They wait. Unwavering. Come what may. Don't move out of the chosen path. There is no commitment to anything we do. There is no fixation. And we believe you can't understand the difference between the one who is fixed and the one who is fanatic. See, you don't know the difference. Therefore, we think what? Anyone who is fixed is a fanatic, and I don't want to be a fanatic. Therefore, you're not fixed with anything. You're neither fixed in the pursuit of the world, nor are you fixed in the pursuit of God. Every Sunday morning, pursue God. Rest of the week, pursue world. You are neither committed to world nor committed to God. As a hanging in between. Running up and down. Run towards world, run towards God. Run towards world, run towards God. You get knocks and shocks of the world, you run towards God. And then the pressure of your desires, run towards world. Towards this, towards that, towards this, towards that. They're not fixed with anything. Now, Mahatmas don't do that. What are they doing, sir? They fix themselves with something. That's culture. That's pure-minded people. Mahatma, one who is cultured, is a Mahatma. The one who is of pure mind is a Mahatma. That Punya, those who have done a lot of Punya, those who have done that, those who are doing a lot of Punya, that's the meaning of it. Not done means, past you think. Now, you do Punya karmas, take up, you look for opportunities, you search, in fact, you create opportunities to do that. You create opportunities, do the Punya karmas, those fellows. That's the quality one. Those people who possessed of that divine nature worship me, pursue me. How? With this unwavering mind. And why they are worshipping me? Okay, they possess divine qualities and they are good people, cultured, pure. The proof of your having a pure mind is what? If you claim to have pure mind, you should be pursuing the higher. When you are not pursuing the higher, don't claim yourself to be having any pure mind, please. See? then you are not. That's what people who don't understand today. We think this is why Gandhi is standing out. Why? Because attempting to pursue something higher. That's why he calls his autobiography as what? My experiments with truth. Truly he experimented. Experimentation means what? Trying out. That's all. Not succeeded. Whether Gandhi succeeded in that experiment, I'm not sure. I don't know. And I'm not interested also. The fact that he tried, experimented, that's why it's a Mahatma. See, why he is called as a Mahatma? You know who called him Mahatma? That is important. Calling Mahatma is not the point. Who calls is important. He's brilliant, sir. Who says you are brilliant? You're a very good man. Who saying you are a good man? Huh? You say, Ishwar is a very good fellow. Why you say that? Because what I speak is convenient for you. Right? The moment what I speak is not convenient to you, what happens? They are not practical. Immediately we will say what? They're not practical. Practically speaking, now what I am living in the theoretical world or what I am also living in the same practical world. Practically speaking, realistically speaking, what realistic for you? So interesting to see. Who calls you Mahatma? Here, Krishna calls him Mahatma. He says, Arjuna is not saying Mahatma. Arjuna calling someone Mahatma, the criteria is totally different. When Krishna calls someone Mahatma, criteria are very different. Now you have to ask this question, from whom you want the certificate? PGDBM, IM. PGDBM, no? IM gives. You get a certificate, PGDBM from IM. There's an institute called IMPS. They also give. Dirka? Anybody knows that institute? IMPS. You know the institute, IMPS? That institute also gives certificate, PGDBM certificate. Right? Now, two candidates have come. One fellow has come from IIM, Ahmedabad. Okay, sorry, IIM Bangalore. Because for us, Bangalore IIM is better than IIM Ahmedabad. Why? Nothing, because we are from Bangalore. He has come, and this fellow has come from IMPS. Another fellow. Now, whose certificate you will take? Who will you appoint? Who will you consider? If you consider, sir, I prefer IMPS fellow, that means what? You don't know what is IIM. Certificate is same. Right? Similarly, Arjuna also will call you Mahatma. Because the first chapter he calls people, all Mahatmas are there. Where? The Kaurava army. Yes, there are Mahatmas in that army, it says. He also uses the same word, Mahatmas. Krishna also says Mahatmas. Now, whose certificate you want defines your level. See, I just want PhD certificates. Why? Like I had my friend. They have nothing to do with the community, but he belongs to a particular community. I see. He's been doing business from 7th standard onwards. He is in business, and he is going to continue that same business only. He is not going to do any other business. Any business, na summa kadala panna, pan broke. People will come, keep things, and he'll give cash. There is a transactions going on. That's all it is. And then interest on interest. After 2 months, interest on interest and interest. Finally, the fellow has to write off, the whole thing and go. I said, why do you want to go for this? I said, I'm going to do this college. Evening college enough. I said, why are you going for evening college? Such a brilliant fellow. Why not do evening college? No, daytime I'll be sitting here. Then why do you go to college? No. In the marriage, he said that. Marriage invitation card, they have to print. Certificate to know. Therefore, he joined that college, which is his community college, and the whole college is only of these fellows, uni college. And they just have to, go there, that's all. And they're brilliant. BCom, you don't have to study and pass. You just have to write the exam. If you know how to write the exam, you can pass. That's why I studied BCom. I said, they offered me BSc mathematics. I said, no, BCom. I got confused. Why not BSc mathematics? That's better, no? I said, BCom. Nobody knows why I chose BCom. Because that's the field where you don't have to really, struggle or anything. Please sit in the class, listen something and go and write something, you will get marks and pass. All that you want to do is what? It's a certificate. What difference is it, right? He also has MBA. This one also calls MBA. Is it same? Whose certificate, man? So who certifies you as Mahatma? It's important. So here Krishna says, those Mahatmas, great souls. There's a punch in that. Mahatmas, when Krishna says, it's so nice to hear. When Arjuna says Mahatma, it looks, more sarcastic. It's Mahatmas. They pursue. Why they pursue him? Why they worship? Why they seek? It's because they have understood one thing. What? I am the imperishable source. Jnatva bhuta. This, of all the beings, having known, having understood, what? Abhyayam. All the beings, bhutadi. Adi is the source, origin. Bhutadi means beings, all the beings, source of all beings, which he explained in the previous one. He explained that already. Now don't ask what is the Bhutadis. Again, we have to start from verse 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Abhyayam, imperishable. See, in fact, whatever you are pursuing in life, you pursue with the belief that is imperishable. Now, be careful. You pursue with the belief what? It is imperishable. See, once I study Gopal, I read it as Gopal. That's why I still remember. You can't know the difference between C and G. Cobalt. And one of my friends told me, how you are supposed to pronounce is not like this, you have to pronounce it as Cobalt. I don't know whether this is correct also. Because he told me, I believe him. Right. Now, today, if you say, what is that knowledge of Cobalt? Language. That's language, no? Yeah. Cobalt. Old. Now, when you pursued it, when it came in, you believed what? Hey, Cobalt, if you study, that's it, man. Your life is, your career in computers is, that's it. Nothing you have to do. This I understood 8th standard. By mistake, once I got some close to 90s, mathematics, by mistake. Immediately, my mother got so excited. She said, see, I told you, you're a brilliant fellow. Because my mother used to train me those days. She used to teach. Tuition now will go. Tuting, she says, see, I told you, you're a brilliant fellow. I said, shut up. All this, pep talk, I don't want. You will say what? Now that you have scored 90s, you should aspire for 100. And then if I get 100 in mathematics, you will say what? Mathematics itself, you can get 100 means physics like a custom. You will say. Physics and mathematics, if you can get chemistry, biology, if you can do all this, history, geography is what? Full. Yeah. We will start all this. I said, stop it. This is one, it's like, once this fellow scored, century. Suddenly imagine Bumrah scored, 75 runs in one match. You can't start treating him like a, batsman. You can't even treat him like an all-rounder. But he had scored 75, correct. It is something like that. Why? You pursue it. You genuinely think it is going to be there. You buy a car with the idea of what? Thinking it is going to be there. You get into a relationship thinking it to be what? Permanent. Isn't it? So the person may go, but the relationship is permanent, you think, isn't it? Some of them they say, so the person can go, sir, but the relationship is permanent. That will be there. Who says? Huh? What basis? You think that impermanent dimensions of the world to be permanent and pursued. Now Krishna says, these Mahatmas have understood what is permanent. Now this impermanent you treat as permanent, itself you have this much of commitment. Imagine. Huh? You have wrongly understood. You wrongly took the impermanent to be permanent and pursuing it with so much of conviction. Imagine the Mahatmas who have understood the permanent. With what conviction they will be pursuing it. That is what he calls by unwavering mind. The source of unwavering mind is what? The source of this unwavering is the knowing, understanding. But for you to get that understanding, you need to have certain mental climate. What is a climate? Mahatma is a climate. Now, if you go and teach this impermanent to a Rakshasas and Asuras, what they will do? They won't even connect, first of all. See, they will not even understand. They will just dismiss it. See? So Mahatmas pursue that imperishable source, me. Why they pursue me? Because they have understood I am the imperishable dimension, source of all beings. 14.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Always glorifying me, striving, firm in vows, prostrating before me with devotion, ever steadfast, they worship me. Satatam kirtayan. Actually, the satatam should be, connected to the last one, pasati. Satatam upasate. They pursued always. They worship always. Who 5 qualifications he gives. The previous verse, he said Mahatmas, right? Those who possess great qualities, the divine qualities. Now he is elaborating what is that divine quality, the general qualification. Always glorifying me. So first point, glorifying me. I'll change it a bit. Okay. The order I'm saying. I will reorder it. Based on my preference. That's about it. The order that he gives is one. Striving. First one. Yatanta. This yatna. Prayatna. Striving. Then Dridavratha. Next one. Firm in their brothers, in their vows. Then Kirtayanta. Glorifying. Namasyanta. Then they prostrating. Bhaktya, with devotion. How Nityayukta. Devotion, ever steadfast. So striving. That's the first quality. Because why I take that first quality striving is the general understanding we have with reference to bhakti and bhakta is what? My job is to surrender. Then it is God's business. See, I have surrendered. Therefore, now God has to take care of me. Resolve all my problems, protect me, this, that, and all that. It's a very wrong concept of bhakti. See, a bhakta can never be like that, according to Krishna. That's why he puts this quality here. That striving, they work, they struggle. You will not be sitting. The striving is not, striving, this prayatna, what you have to understand is that effort, they strive, means they put in the necessary effort, not unnecessary effort, irrelevant things. We also work. You go into the details of irrelevant. The relevant things you don't pay attention to. The essential dimensions are not taken care. All the non-essentials were highlighted. The essential aspect is missing completely. In every dimension of life, if you see, your efforts are towards the essential part or the non-essential parts. Whether it is your relationships or your business or your social or domestic, personal, spiritual, any aspect you take in life, your efforts are there. Of course, you are putting in effort. But are you putting the necessary effort is a point. Or you're putting in all that unnecessary things. And in that you believe what? I'm working, no. See, I'm working is not the thing at all. Like there are a lot of ladies, they say, I'm been doing all household works. Therefore, I don't have to do any particular exercise or, food restrictions, nothing. I don't have to do any of those things. Why I'm doing? Now, this argument is valuable about 75 years back. Right? Today, you have, do you understand, gas cylinder is there. Not gas is now over now. Cylinder now nobody uses. What is it? Microwave. In about 3 minutes, rice is ready. I remember in my grandfather's place, how my grandma used to cook with the veragu, what do you call it? Firewood. Firewood. Wow. What a torture, I tell you. The whole house is, in smoke. So difficult. By the time she cooks the rice and to get it, washing. Now we have washing machine with timer. Now she thinks, I'm washing. You are not washing. Washing machine is washing. What are you doing then? Collecting the things and dropping them. And after it is washed, there is a dryer. Take it out and the istriwala comes, give it to him. He irons and brings. What do you do? Take that and keep it in a cupboard. Wow. What a work. The household doing this doesn't work. But necessary effort has to be put in. If you are striving to study in IIM, the intensity of effort that is needed for that had to be put in. You can't say, I'll study for half an hour every day and expect to pass in IIM. Not possible. Even their executive course, you cannot. Forget about their, MBA, PG, you want to forget. The executive MBA they have no. Even that you cannot pass. You have to strive. Striving has to be in connection to the goal. If you have a mediocre goal, mediocre effort. If you have a low goal, low effort. If you have a high goal, high effort is needed. Subtler the goal, subtler the effort. Grosser the goal, grosser the effort. You got to work in that direction. Striving. A bhakta works, strives. Firm in vows. You may strive, but you are not firm in that. There is no dhriti. That dhrita is not that rooted. You don't get rooted in the results of yours. Because when you pursue something, you got to resolve. When you have not resolved inside you about certain paths, this is what we go for. You have chosen a particular path. Stick to that. No. Suddenly you go here, suddenly you go there. It's like, one day you pursue Ayurveda, another day you pursue Siddha, another day Unani, another one naturopathy, and then suddenly nothing is working, so therefore allopathy. How can how would you get over the disease? Choose one. That also has to be what? Necessity. Necessary effort. Now it's not that, I feel that is better. Therefore, it's not that. It should be connected to. I remember one fellow, that's an allopathic doctor, expert, that fellow. Take about 10-15 days to get appointment with this fellow. He told me, Ishwara, I talk about all these things, but when my mother has a heart attack, I will not give her sugar pills. I'll admit her to the hospital and get her treated under allopathy. This will not work. For certain things, it works. See, it works for certain things. Allopathy works for certain things. Naturopathy works for certain things. Now you have to decide whether that is connected to yours. When it is not connected to yours, when you work on that, what is going to happen? You would say, I am taking the medicine, but my disease are not getting cured. Why? In the name of medicine, what are you taking? You have no idea. There's a fellow, Hyderabad, one fellow is there. They say, use one powder. Nobody knows what that powder is. What is his qualification? We don't know. What that powder? We don't know. You know that there is a treatment, live fish, for asthma. The connection. Live one, Only he has to drop it. You can't drop. What is that got to do with this? No clue. The same day, we have one fellow here in Karnataka. Every state has. It has nothing to do with Telangana or, Andhra Pradesh. It is here, cancer. One fellow. There. Only they give that. What is that? What? Any cancer. I said, hey, that's right. All cancers patient will get from there. Now, tomorrow, if you get a cancer, what you will do? You go to allopathy, also this, and then you go to Mangalacharapathy also. Homeopathy, allopathy, or another. Problem solved. At least one will work. No? Your argument is, or at least one will work, right? says in life, it doesn't work like that. The striving has to be there. That striving has to go along with Ridaparata. Got to be solid, unshaking. Now, our problem is what? First of all, you should have a brother first. All our brothers are like, New Year resolution. Take the resolution for how long? One day. Yes. No. Striving. You strive towards what matters. You strive to the effort you put in. You put in that effort for what? Says the effort that you put in, necessary effort. What is a necessary effort? Necessary effort is not for when will I get realization, will I get realization, realization. Not that case. Moksha. Necessary effort is what? That's why I like that first thing is this. Even though glorifying me is what he gives. Right before the second one. I like the second one. Striving. Yes, striving means what? Effort. Effort means what? Necessary effort. What is a necessary effort? First, you should become a Mahatma. Then comes all other things. Yeah. That's what he says, no. Previous verse. Mahatmas do all this. Now, what are you now? Where are you right now? All asuras and rakshasas. That is what? Meaning Rajasic and Tamasic. Right? So, first thing what you have to do, necessary effort is to become a Mahatma first. Then comes other things. Now, what we do, straight what I have to do. Straight go to realization, straight meditation. I will go, sit, close my eyes, 15 minutes I will become Buddha. There are people, 15 minutes are too much. Even that is not needed. What is needed? All that you have to do is go for the satsang and sit. So, how that's all. What do you have to do? Struggling 25 years. I have not even understood what is moksha. I've given lectures also on moksha. And people are all saying, they have understood. Super on this class, self-realization. I said, I have not understood anything. I don't know what you people understand. This fellow says, all that you have to do is what? No effort you have to put in, no striving, nothing. This is the extreme. What Krishna recommends is what? Striving. But your striving has to be in the direction of what? What is the effort you have to put in? That is necessary for you. If you have to learn 1, 2, 3, you have to learn 1, 2, 3. Number system. There's no necessity for you to know about integral calculus, differential calculus. No, it's not necessary. Minus infinity, plus infinity. I said, infinity will be minus plus. In calculus, I say, minus infinity, plus infinity. What you guys are talking, man? That is necessary there. Now you can't go there and ask for multiplication, division. I don't know how to multiply. I don't know how to divide. I don't know how to subtract. You can't do that. When you are in the 3rd standard, 4th standard, your concentration has to be there. This. Now, what is necessary here? What you have to do now is called necessary. See, it says effort, striving. That is why he says firm in vows, because you will see someone else doing something. You will see somebody speaking of something else, and you will get inspired. Suddenly one fellow will say, what? All that you have to do is what? Just chant this mantra. And no understanding of what is the meaning of mantra. Please chant. And all you have to do, chant that mantra, problem solved. You will get moksha. All that you have to do is what? Keep chanting this mantra and you will get moksha. I am not saying you will not get. Okay. But is it connected to you? Is there a link? This is the question here. It says striving. You got to strive. You got to work. Work on what? On what is necessary. What is necessary first is to become Mahatmas. From an ordinary Atma. In fact, from Duratma, become ordinary Atma. Then become Mahatma. Striving towards that. Develop those qualities. Yes. Qualities of what? Such as ahimsa. And Gandhi attempted that. That's why he is called a Mahatma. See, preliminary pass. Far better than most of us who have not even attempted that exam. At least he has attempted that exam and passed preliminary. Of course, he did not go through the stages of group discussion, then personal interview, and then join the course, do the course, complete the course. You have to join IAM. You have to do all that, no? You have to pass that CAT exam, no? Or they have IAM, entrance exam. CET is for our local, this one. CET is different. It's a CAT. That you have to pass. Gandhi passed it. Why? What is the proof now? This is the proof. He strived to develop certain qualities. Of all the qualities, the primary quality, the first one to be developed is what? Ahimsa. He tried his best. In his own ways. I'm not saying, all that he did is right, and I'm not a fan of Gandhi or anything. Nor I don't like him. Now, there is a new fashion now. To prove all Gandhi did is wrong. But you need to understand what is the state of a person. He strived. He strived to develop what? Develop that quality. Qualities means what? So many qualities. You don't worry, he's going to give. Enough qualities he's going to give. You will get, sink of qualities. Dishes, 75 dishes. He's going to make and give. Choose. 35 qualities of Bhakta. 20 qualities of a jnani and 26 qualities of a divine person. So much of qualities are there. He gives. Develop the qualities. When you develop those qualities, the effort that you put in to develop those qualities, the initial stages, preparatory stages, and then take on to the course, spiritual effort. In that spiritual effort, you have to take on to what is your spiritual course. What you have to do. All that is what he is covering with these 2 points. Striving and firm you should be in what is the method, the course for you. what you have chosen. You have a choice. You can choose anything, but choose one and stick to it. You know, the problem we have is you cannot stick to one. You know, you always want chivda. Bundi, just have bundi, no? Same, have same. Or you have this, you know, that karasena, peanuts. You have peanuts, have peanuts. You cannot. What you have to do? Take this, mix all that and eat. Just have one, no? Impossible. That's called Drida Brata. Strive and Drida Brata. Few more are there. We'll see in the next class.